Hello, it is me, Tisha Bell, and I am going to be continuing on talking about womanhood. Part of my womanhood was desperately believing in that image. You see, when I turned 17, I converted to the LDS church, otherwise known as the Mormon church, and I stayed in it for quite a long time, like up into my late 20s. And what ended up happening was a lot of my friends got married and had children, and the ones who didn't get married, they went on missions, and I became really close with the sister missionaries and everything. So there's this big thing about sisterhood and getting married and having children and getting sealed in the temple. And it just became something I think that I became obsessed with, because all the girls around me were getting married and having children. And yes, I was going to all the functions and all those things. So what started to happen was I was pretty much out of the group that I was in high school with, and their group that got married. They were all like off with their families, and yeah, I could still hang out with them, but the thing is, a lot of them moved to like different wards, which is like other parts of the state, or some of them like moved to different places. So it was hard to feel connected. And for me, the dating thing wasn't working for me. Being Black and Mormon was very hard. A lot of the guys around that time in the early 2000s, they were not looking for a Black girl like me. They were looking for the pretty little blonde girls. They weren't looking for this. So I had a hard time fitting in, and I became so obsessed with that. And that's because the religion focused so much on that. The religion put so much pressure on womanhood and getting married and having children and being sealed, that they kind of left out that you didn't need all that to survive in your womanhood. And I think that a lot of women in the LDS church really strived for that. And it caused a lot of depression for me and also other girls around me, because around that time, a lot of girls were actually looking for this image, and it would drive people crazy.